I studied at Peabody for my undergraduate and Master of Music. I'm a voice student, a tenor, studying with Dr. Stanley Cornett. And when I was at Peabody, I did several research projects with Dr. Susan Weiss. She mentored me, did a lot of things related with cognitive science, the history of Peabody, and musicology, of course. So Hugh Hawkins Fellowship is a project that supports students who's doing research on the history of the school. So my research topic is the history of international students at Peabody since 1950s. That's the time point that Mr. Matt Testa suggested me to start my research at, because from that time point, the record of international students at Peabody was quite clear and complete, and we can see many information about international students on different media, including pictures, student booklet, graduation programs, and etc. So I basically plotted the data of international students who studied at Peabody in different programs from different countries, continents, and I also did some research about their career development, what they will do after their graduation from Peabody. Will they stay at the States, or are they going back to their home country, and are they still doing music and those kind of things? I love Peabody. I really like the school. Although I didn't audition at Peabody, I auditioned in China. But when I was looking at the pictures of Peabody, the library, the building, the residence hall that was designed by the same architect who designed the Kennedy Center, Mr. Stone, I believe is his name. The appearance of Peabody firstly attracted me. And then after I got to Peabody, there are so many different resources on both education, my career development, and music. The music library, Arthur Friedheim Library, is definitely the collection that every musician needs. And when I was working, touring in Peabody, like everywhere is history. Peabody, the word is connected with the word history. So that made me so curious about what the school was like maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 100 years ago, and why Peabody founded the school. And are there international students there? Are there Asians there? What majors are they studying at? So I guess when I was studying at Peabody, I feel like I am also making the history. So those all different kinds of complicated feelings made me want to study Peabody's history. So I looked at some student booklet and magazines that is a record of student life there at Peabody and both at Homewood, like student news, student post, performance programs, and I also looked at the academic catalog, because I feel that in the process of globalization, there are so many different kinds of classes and new classes to be added, including different languages, the musicology seminars on topics in different countries and different cultural genres of music. And I also looked at graduation programs where basically students' country students' home city even are recorded. But I believe on the program of 2020, the commencement program, students' home city are no longer there. I forgot. And I also looked at pictures, random pictures in the picture selection. Picture collection. There are pictures of Peabody faculty like Mr. Polachek and the former chair of Peabody Voice, a soprano. They toured Russia, their Russian tour. And there are a series of student activity pictures showing how Peabody students are doing their student life, like how they hold a violin besides a swimming pool at Homewood, I believe, like those kind of very ironic pictures. I don't know, even ironic is a good word for this. It's a stylish set of pictures illustrating Peabody students, Peabody musicians in the environment of Hopkins. Basically, very different from the university itself. Peabody has international students from the beginning. And Peabody has international faculty as well. We are a much more diverse community. And as everybody knows, that musicians choose to study with their teacher. Their lesson teacher is one of the most important aspect when they are deciding which school or which conservatory to go. So we have teachers from Europe, we have teachers from Philippines, we have teachers from China, and from all different continents. So that when international teachers are there, they automatically attract international students to come to Peabody. The increase and decrease, the trend of the number of international students are so related to the trend of the number of international faculty here at Peabody. And generally, our international student body is increasing rapidly in the recent years. The ratio of international students, it changed from around 5% in 1950 to around 45% starting from 2000. So it's quite a large increase. The significant increase that students coming from Europe to be increasing from to be increasing should be from 1990s and to 2005, 2004. That's a significant increase. And after 2010, 2011, there's a little bit decrease for students from Europe. And for students from Asia, the peak would be around 2010, 2012, and the increase starts from 1995. And students from North America, basically from Canada, it's kind of consistent, around like 4 students to 14 from 1975 to current years. It's basically a consistent number. I really would like to, interview more alumni and more former faculty or current faculty about their experience at Peabody, because the resources are so limited. It's very hard to picture how they survived Peabody, how they managed to study as an international student here. And as you know, our ESL courses only has like maybe one decade, two or three decades history here at Peabody. So before that time, how ESL students can understand English, can use English to further their studies at Peabody, they must had faced so many challenges. And I'm wondering, like, if I have more time, if I can dig this history out to find more interesting stories behind the data.